Woot woot! Hey, what's up guys? In this video, we're gonna share with you the top 10 places to visit in Southeast Asia. Chances are you're trying to plan for your upcoming trip to Southeast Asia, or you just don't know where to begin. Well, the great news is that these countries are so affordable. We traveled most of them for only $30 a day per person.
In case you don't already know us, we are Ian and Anna from the other side. We've been making travel videos for the past 2 years, primarily in Southeast Asia, where we love to be. It all started in 2018 when we studied abroad in Bangkok, Thailand. And since then, we've been to Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, and we've loved every single one of them. And we've wanted to make this video for such a long time, so we're very excited to share it with you.
So excited.
Here it is. Let's start with number 10, Munay, Vietnam.
When you think of Vietnam, you usually think of delicious pho, endless rice paddies, crazy traffic, and maybe even the famous attraction called Ha Long Bay. But one underrated spot that will make you feel like you're on a different continent is called Munay. You can get to this beach town on the southeast coast by taking a 5-hour bus ride from Ho Chi Minh City. Munay is famous for kite surfing, fishing villages, and our favorite part, the sand dunes. By far, the best way to experience Munay is by taking a Jeep tour. We did a 5-hour private Jeep tour that took us to all the hotspots for only 25 USD. One of our first stops on the tour was at a fishing village, where you'll see hundreds of colorful and unique fishing boats, including the famous Vietnamese basket boats. Because we arrived here early in the morning, we were able to see local fishermen haul in massive amounts of seafood, such as crabs, scallops, and groupers. The next stop on the tour was at the first sand dunes called the White Sand Dunes. Here, you can pay a little extra for an ATV to zoom you all the way to the top. There, the guides will give you a plastic sled, and you can take the thrilling ride down the Sahara-like sand dunes. If you have a little extra money, you can pay around 30 USD to drive your own ATV for about 20 minutes. Quite expensive, I know, but everyone we talked to said it was one of the most fun experiences they have ever had. Lastly, you will end up at the Red Sand Dunes. Here you can find your own personal sand dune to take in the most magical sunset. The best part about the Red Sand Dunes is that they overlook the ocean, making it much more epic. Now it's time for number 9, Koh Phi Phi in Thailand.
To start, Phi Phi Island is known for its wild nightlife. Pretty much every night is a huge party on the beach. With massive fire shows to face painting and beer pong, you will be ready to rage your face off. There are some incredible island tours that you can do when visiting Phi Phi. They can take you to places like Maya Bay, the beach that was featured in, well, the movie The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. Around Maya Bay, there is some great snorkeling as well. Of course, every tour will end at Monkey Beach. These monkeys are absolutely insane because the tourists feed them so often. Huge tip, don't feed the monkeys or they'll bite you. We did a smaller, more private boat tour, but if you're a big partier, definitely take the booze cruise to these hot spots. You'll see the same exact things, but instead of a chill situation, you'll be drinking between locations. But probably the best thing we did here was swim to Shark Point. We free dove with about 5 blacktip sharks on our own. These things are tiny, so it's nothing to be afraid of, but it's such a thrill. On to number 8. Cebu, Philippines.
If you're planning a trip to the Philippines, this island should be on the top of your list. Boasting more than 1,000 waterfalls, coastlines that will make your jaw drop, and some of the best dive sites in the world, there is a reason Cebu should be a bucket list destination for all travelers. The best things to do in Cebu can be done from a city called Mobile, about a 3-hour bus ride from Cebu City where the international airport is located. Mobile has 2 things that really make it special: Kawasan Falls canyoneering and the Sardine Run right off the coast. Kawasan Falls, a multi-tiered waterfall, is by far the most famous waterfall in the Philippines. One of the reasons it's so famous is because the color of the water is out of this world blue. I mean, the nickname of it is the Gatorade Factory after all. You can head to the main falls at the bottom for only a 45 peso entrance fee and swim or take pictures. But if you want the full experience, you'll need to hire a guide for around 1,500 pesos per person or 30 USD to embark on a 5-hour canyoneering journey. The tour starts in a city called Alegria, and you will jump, swim, slide, and hike your way for 3.5 hours through Gatorade blue water all the way down to the main Kawasan Falls. Throughout this epic adrenaline-filled adventure, you will be jumping from different heights of 15 to 50 feet and also have to swim and slide down massive boulders. You really don't go more than 10 minutes without jumping off cliffs or sliding down falls. Another must-do in Mobile is swimming with the millions of sardines right off the coast. This is one of the only places you could do this on Earth, and mobile is by far the cheapest. What's the price, you may be asking? Well, it's 100% free if you have your own snorkel gear. You can swim from most dive shops on Panagsama Beach and reach the sardines only 30 meters from shore. This is probably the most magical underwater experience we have ever had. Not only are you swimming through and being surrounded by all these sardines, but there's a high chance that you'll see many turtles too. The best time to see turtles is at high tide, and wow, are they our favorite animals to swim with in the ocean. So dang cute. There's just so much adventure in Cebu, including a hidden gem called Inambakan Falls. If you want to learn more about Inambakan and other experiences on this island, click the card above because we made a Cebu travel guide. Get ready to party, guys, because now we are on to number 7, the full moon party on Koh Phangan.
Legend has it that some time ago, a group of tourists decided that the most beautiful moon in the world was seen on the island of Koh Phangan.
They didn't lie. There's gonna be a full moon on the full moon party.
Well, that group decided to throw a party on the beach of Had Rin under the full moon, and ever since then, people have come from all around the world for the famous full moon party. The full moon party is as amazing and as wild as it looks. At every party, there are between 10,000 to 30,000 people dancing on the beach. It's like a dream come true. There are various DJs that play different music from techno to EDM. There are fire twirlers and eaters. Yeah, that's someone who eats fire. And never forget to challenge yourself to take on the fire-breathing jump rope. You may get burned, but come on guys, do it for the story. There is so much to do on Koh Phangan other than the full moon party. While we were there, we hit up the slip and fly, which was basically another dream come true for me. I've always wanted to be launched off of a steep slide like that. Next up is number 6, Vang Vieng.
Once known as the party capital of Southeast Asia, Vang Vieng has been transformed into the adventure paradise it always should have been. Backpackers used to flock here and do drugs, drink until they couldn't walk, and tube down the famous Nam Song River. Unfortunately, around 2011, 27 backpackers died here, and local authorities later shut down the party scene. Don't get me wrong, drinking and illegal drugs are still available, but it's not what it used to be. This riverside town in central Laos is surrounded by tree-covered limestone cliffs, making it an unforgettable landscape. The best thing to do here is rent a motorbike and just go. Along the way, you can see tons of animals, stop and explore caves, or even swim at blue lagoons. There are a lot of dirt roads here, so be careful because I had a nasty fall and scraped up my back pretty bad.
Why does it do this? It wants to go home.
Vang Vieng is actually known as the world's cheapest place to ride in a hot air balloon at just 90 USD per person. I would have to say this may be one of the most beautiful spots in the world for a hot air balloon ride, especially at sunset when you get a bird's eye view of the river and all those mountains surrounding the area. If you're heading to Laos, make sure you stay at Magic Monkey because you wake up every morning to the view of the mountains. They even added a pool there recently, so we can't wait to visit again soon. I miss Vang Vieng and Laos so much it hurts my insides.
Hey guys, if you're finding this video helpful so far, please subscribe, comment down below, smash that like button, and of course, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. All right, back to the video with number 5. Coron Philippines. Coron has quickly become the most talked about island in the Philippines. Add this one to your bucket list now as it is growing with tourists more and more every day. We've traveled all over Southeast Asia, and when I think of the most surreal waters, my mind always comes back to Coron and its clusters of islands. The island has become famous for its unbelievable island tours where you can see the clearest lake in all of Asia and dive with many World War II shipwrecks that are permanently entombed off the shores of Coron. Above the waters, Coron is a unique body of land. On the mainland of Coron, you can hike Hollywood-esque viewpoints. Like I previously said, the best thing to do in Coron is go on island tours. There are many tours offered from the mainland. You will stop at the most immaculate white sand beaches, lakes with clear blue water, and shipwrecks, all while passing enormous limestone structures. Not to mention, the boats you take are so cool and picturesque, you feel like you're in Moana. Moana, make way for Rihanna. There is so much undiscovered about this area still, so it's definitely on our list to dig a little deeper. Coron is like a buried treasure. The more you dig, the more you'll find. Coming up is number 4, Sabah, Malaysia.
I bet 99% of you watching this has never heard of this part of Malaysia, but we think it's the most underrated spot in all of Southeast Asia. Sabah is located in East Malaysia on the island of Borneo. First, in Kota Kinabalu, you can go island hopping to 5 different islands off the coast. The islands do have a little bit of a traffic trash problem, but you're still able to enjoy your time swimming in turquoise blue waters and even get to see humongous monitor lizards roaming the beaches. When you're in KK, don't forget to visit the craziest and most unique night markets where you'll see fish and meat chopped right in front of your eyes. But the real reason people travel to Kota Kinabalu is to visit Kinabalu National Park, where Mount Kinabalu is located. The park is 2 hours away from Kota Kinabalu, and we had the privilege to go on a road trip with 2 local Sabahans who were awesome enough to take us. Just seeing the mountain made Anna and I all tingly and excited inside because it was just huge. Around the park, you can visit waterfalls, viewpoints, local markets with exotic fruits and vegetables, and even a dairy farm with tons of cows.
Smells like cow.
Next, you can take a 30-minute flight from Kota Kinabalu to Sandakan on the northeast coast of Borneo. Get ready to explore the Borneo rainforest, which is 130 million years old, even older than the Amazon. From Sandakan, you can take a 4-day, 3-night tour that first takes you to Turtle Island, which is one of the world's oldest protected turtle hatcheries. On this small island, you can witness green and hawksbill turtles coming ashore to lay their eggs, and then watch baby turtles hatch and make their way to the sea. This was truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and we are so grateful that we got to be a part of it. After the one night on Turtle Island, you will be heading to our favorite part of the whole tour, the Kinabatangan River. There you will spend your next 3 days taking boats down the river searching for the Big Five. What is the Big Five, you might ask? Well, it's the 5 most exceptional animals you will see in the Borneo rainforest. The orangutan, proboscis monkey, pygmy elephants, hornbills, and crocodiles. We were very lucky and saw all 5 of these amazing animals during our time on the Kinabatangan. If you're going to do one thing in Sabah, please do the tour on the Kinabatangan River. Probably the most eye-opening experience we have had during our years of travel.
Anna, give me a woot woot!
Last but definitely not least, you can take another 30-minute flight to Semporna, where one of the world's best dive sites is located. If you're heading to Semporna, we highly suggest staying with a local company called ND Divers. These guys really take care of the community and even collect trash every day right outside their place. Oh, and I forgot to mention that their place is on stilts in the middle of the ocean. A perfect getaway where all you have to focus on is where you're diving next.
2, 1,
The famous dive site here is called Sipadan, and only 120 people are given permits to dive here every day. Diving at Sipadan was simply magnificent and something I never imagined doing in my life. You will be surrounded by hundreds of jackfish, schools of barracuda, sharks, fish I didn't know existed, and so many turtles that I lost count. If you're looking for a first-class dive site in Southeast Asia, look no further than Sipadan. I mean, if Sabah doesn't get you excited to travel again, then I seriously don't know what will. Now it's time to get into the top 3 places to visit in Southeast Asia, starting with number 3, Siargao Island in the Philippines.
Voted the #1 island in the world in 2019 by Condé Nast Traveler, Siargao is an island located in the south of Philippines and is covered head to toe with the most impressive palm trees. Siargao is most notable for its surfer waves, the best swells in the Philippines. I can't believe I just said swells, but anyways, Cloud9 is where most surfers embark on their rides. It is a strip of beach with a stunning boardwalk and some of Southeast Asia's best and biggest waves. Of course, you must learn to surf while you're there if you don't know how already, and you cannot leave Siargao without surfing, guys. It's a baby on board! Yay! But there is so much more to this island than the waves. You will most likely stay on Tourism Road in General Luna. About 30 minutes from Tourism Road, you will find one of the most legendary rope swings in the world. The swing is attached to a palm tree and sways back and forth over a blue river. You've probably seen it online before. It has gotten some very much deserved attention. Along this road, you will also find caves that you can canyoneer in, lagoons that you can cliff jump into, and about another 30-minute ride from there is the Mangkong Pungkong pools, amazing natural springs with absolutely so much to do. Also, don't forget to travel through the sensational mangroves to get to Sugbo Lagoon. I haven't even mentioned the island tours yet. You can do many island tours off of Siargao, where you will see crystal clear blue water, limestone formations, and naked islands. A very popular tour there is called Sahoan Cove, and some compare it to Coron. I'm seeing a pattern here, guys. Basically, within a 1-hour total journey, you can surf, rope swing, eat good food, canyoneer, island hop, swim in lagoons and natural pools, all while being surrounded by towering palm trees. It's safe to say that there is not an island as diverse as Siargao in all the Philippines. Next up is an island that is very similar to Siargao, and that is number 2, Bali.
Known as the last paradise on earth and the island of the gods, this island is the most visited in Southeast Asia with more than 5 million tourists a year. Although those nicknames sound like it's gonna be perfect, Bali is anything but a paradise. With a bunch of tourism, development, and traffic, one would say this place is just too overcrowded now. But that is just dead wrong, because Bali is by far the most beautiful island we have ever been to in our entire lives. Filled with endless rice paddies, spectacular volcanoes, waterfalls that make you feel like you're in a movie, blue-ass water, and a culture that will welcome you with open arms, Bali is a must-visit destination. We visited Bali for 2 months and still didn't have enough time to experience everything that it has to offer. When you land in Bali, get ready for an adventure of a lifetime. You can practice Balinese yoga like you're in Eat, Pray, Love, visit monkey forests, eat smoothie bowls and mouth-watering food that will make you drool, walk through incredible rice paddies to a viewpoint of an active volcano, swim through underwater temples and human-like statues, walk down cliffs to fascinating beaches, and experience the most iconic attraction that Bali has to offer, the T-Rex shaped mountain on Kelingking Beach. Hands down, the best part about Bali is that it was the cheapest place we've been to in Southeast Asia. $3 motorbikes, $12 magical Airbnbs, and so many epic things to do for just $1. We should all be giving Bali an award for being the most affordable island in the world. If what you just saw in Bali excited you, well, get even more excited because we have created a 12-video series, Ultimate Bali Travel Guide. It's gonna be up for sale on our website. In it, you're gonna learn how to travel Bali for only $30 a day, get to all the hidden gems, beat the crowds. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the #1 place to visit in all of Southeast Asia, the Komodo Islands in Indonesia.
The Komodo Island Tour has been voted best value by Lonely Planet, and for a good reason. Ian and I have talked over and over many times, and of all the crazy adventures we've had, this always ends up at the top of our list. We set sail off the coast of Lombok on a boat with 15 strangers from all around the world and had one thing in mind: to see Komodo dragons up close and personal. Now, don't ask us why we were excited to head to an island where 5 people have been killed by these huge dragons, but we were. It's always been a bucket list for us. Although the Komodo dragons were extremely cool, I'm not even sure if it ended up being our favorite part of the 4 days. We stopped at some insane, unbeatable spots like Pink Sand Beach, Long Beach, Padar Mountain, and so on. I think the Pink Sand Beach and Long Beach were the coolest beaches I've ever seen in my life. The reason they have pink sand is because the coral there is pink, so make sure to get that mask on and go snorkeling. We spent our time sailing around some of the most beautiful deserted islands, sat underneath stars at night, jumped off the boat more times than we could count, and became lifelong friends with total strangers we just met. Our tour was through a company called Wanao Adventures. They did a great job hosting us. The staff was so fun and energetic. They worked so hard preparing meals at night for us and keeping us safe all day. Make sure to tip them at the end of the trip and treat them with love and kindness always, guys.
Hopefully that list of top 10 places to visit in Southeast Asia just pumped you up and got you excited.
Be kind. We love you. Thanks for watching. We're out.
Yip, yip, yip.